Radio Rahim with Daniel Dubois. I mean, over the years, we've had so many conversations about where your career would go, how you would get an opportunity to become world titleist, a champion. And here we are at the second bite of that apple, an opportunity really potentially to become the IBF world title champion if this Hrgovic fight goes the way that you hope. Talk to me about what it's like to have had an opportunity and not quite be able to get it in your grasp and knowing that there's another one on the horizon.
Yeah, I'm really thankful. I've got, praises to Frank Warren, one of the best promoters in the world. My dad's, motivated me to stick with it. And everyone that's been supporting, from back home. I say again, it's great to have this second opportunity and I need to take it with both hands.
After your last fight against Jarrell Miller, you were almost choked up. You had your family with you. You made a statement about the kind of grit and determination that you really do have in this sport. But this time out, you've got something else to prove. Can you talk to me about what is necessary for you to make a statement on Saturday night? What is the statement that needs to be made?
I need to get a better win than I did with Jarrell. I saw what I done with him. I need a better win than that this time. A better performance, a more hardcore, brutal performance. And, I'm ready to go.
We know, looking back just a Saturday ago, that the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship has been won out by Fury, having lost to Usyk. Did you watch that fight, and what did you make of what you saw last Saturday night?
It was a great fight. I enjoyed that fight. It was one for the ages. It was a really great fight. Back and forth, Fury coming on. I thought Fury was going to, coast through it. He was looking good. He was hurting Usyk, and then Usyk come back. It was a great fight.
Watching this fight, and did you feel like there was a moment there that might have been taken from you? I know you felt like in your Usyk fight there was a potential that you could have won it. What did you feel watching this fight go to Undisputed without you involved?
Yeah, definitely some regrets and whatever, but I'm not looking at that. I've got my world title fight on Saturday. For me, that's what a world title fight is. It's that level, that caliber. They call themselves the top in the division, so you want to be the best, you need to beat the best, and that's what I'm ready to do.
This win on Saturday night, if you get it, it could potentially set you up for a rematch with Usyk. Not only for Undisputed, but how important is that for you to go in there against him and be at your best and prove maybe what you weren't able to accomplish last time out?
Words can't really put into, I can't really use words to describe it, but I need to win this damn fight and win in style.
What is it about Hrgovic that you see as a challenge, like matchup-wise? Make the matchup stylistically for me.
Who is he? He's another fighter. He's just another fighter to me. Who's he fought? He ain't fought no young athletic guy like me before. And I'm going to show that. He's never faced no one like me. And to me, he's just another fighter. Who is he? What skills, He's had his best days as an amateur, in my opinion. And now he's getting in with a real hungry fighter.
A lot of the writers and boxing journalists would say, this is really your last chance to prove that you are an elite heavyweight, that you belong in that conversation of the top tier in the sport. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I need to win on Saturday. That's how I was looking at it. I don't look at all that talking and, too much talking and not enough action, in my opinion, to some of these people. But I'm ready to go on Saturday.
Lastly, a win on Saturday night probably puts you more on a collision course with Anthony Joshua than Usyk or Fury at this stage. With your time with Don Charles, if you're successful Saturday night, having seen Joshua been on a winning streak, how do you see that matchup now as opposed to how it may have been in the past when you wanted it?
It'll be great now. This is a perfect time. I'm getting these big fights one after the other, so I need to keep building to become the best and get that toughness that some of the great fighters had back in the day. I'm talking like George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Ahmed Ali. They all fought the top guys around in their era, so I need to do that now.
Lastly, there's another big heavyweight fight on the card. Wilder and Zhang, both coming off losses, but huge punchers. How do you see that going?
Great fight. Whoever lands first, you could say, but it's a great fight. Wilder still got that. You're not quite. They're both sort of past their prime, in my opinion, but they're both good one-shot punches. So let's see.
This is your third fight in your third fight in 1 year, all three with Don Charles. How have you grown in 2024 and this time with Don? What's the difference between the Dubois we saw coming in and the Dubois that we see on Saturday night?
Just maturing, maturing with by every fight I have, I'm maturing. I feel like I'm getting wiser and, more serious in the game. By every fight you have, it fixes you out, it fixes your spirit, fixes your personality, and it irons out all your, defects and whatnot. But I'm getting there.
We've seen that fights that go to cards have been somewhat debatable in the recent past, even controversial. Can you stop this fight from going to cards on Saturday night? How do you visualizing this thing ending on June 1st?
I've got what it takes to, but in my opinion, I'd always say just a win by any means necessary. That's how I'm looking at it.
Radio Rahim with Daniel Dubois, by any means necessary. Good luck this Saturday night. Always a pleasure.
Nice one.
I had to just get the camera rolling because as you sat down, you mentioned how nice and decadent everything here is in Saudi. And I chuckled because you said it's too nice.
Most people will say, yeah, listen, I'm not, I do appreciate the hospitality, what's laid on for us. But for a fighting environment, it's too nice for me. For the fighter, we need it to be rough, we need it, that roughness, you take that. It's almost like, for me to be staying somewhere like this, I need to deserve it. I need to earn it first. That's my mentality. I need to go and get the victory first. Then if you say you got a couple of nights in such a hotel, then I'll say, okay, cool, I'll do it. But before, no. In the future, I'll probably have to look at this. I'm being serious. In the future, I'll go and get a very basic environment for us to stay.
It kind of reminds me of the Marvin Hagler quote, it's hard to get up and run 5 miles off of silk sheets.
Correct, he's right.
One of the things that you talk about is that kind of grit, that mentality, which is something that Daniel Dubois has proven, I think, in the last fight, but has always been in question from critics. So this camp, was that part of the training that you putting him in more difficult conditions just to get that mindset ready to be hardened?
Correct. Being uncomfortable, making him uncomfortable outside the ring and as hard as you can make it. So, yeah, that is the approach, always is the approach.
Hrgovic, obviously is a stiff competition. It's anything but an easy fight. How do you see the matchup stylistically between the two?
Oh, the styles will gel. It'll make a good spectacle for the audience. It's gonna be a very explosive fight, and the fighter is ready. We're ready.